Welcome back, everyone. I have some really exciting news, which are that my Knight f3 course for the white pieces, a full repertoire for ChessBase, is finally on the market, and I got the permission to share with you some of the introduction videos which I recorded. So the whole course is it's a two-part course. The first part is about fianchetto systems. So if the black player chooses some fianchetto systems, and the second part is about everything else basically. And yeah, I'm just really excited because it's a course which will offer you a full repertoire with the white pieces, starting with one Knight of three. An opening which I played basically my whole life. For the past 10 years, it's been like one of my main repertoires. I've even been playing it here in the European Championship and in some other recaps which I did, for example, the Croatian Team Championship, which I just played, with pretty good results. And yeah, I'm just really excited to be able to share this repertoire with you. And yeah, I got permission from the dear ChessBase team to share with you those introduction videos, just so that you can get a glimpse into it. And if you like it, I will link the course in the description. It's an affiliate link, just so you know. So I will get some percentage of that. But yeah, other than that, I'm just really excited that it's on the market. It was like a really big project, and I'm just really happy that it's finally out. And I just hope that you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think about the course if you decide to go for it. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoy the introduction videos, and let me know in the comments if you've got any questions on the course or any feedback, what you would like to see in the future maybe. But yeah, other than that, also thank you to ChessBase for being such a nice partner when it comes to this. I really enjoyed the chance to record such a big project. And other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy the course.
Welcome to my flexible opening repertoire for white, starting with one Knight of three. My name is Grandmaster Felix Bloberger. I'm a multiple-time Austrian champion and Grandmaster since I was 19 years old. In this course, I will present you an opening repertoire with one Knight of three, a very flexible one. And this is kind of a special opening for me since I've been playing it for many, many years. And it was always a very... I always got very comfortable positions, and it was always a very reliable opening since there's not so much concrete theory. You don't have to spend hours on the computer analyzing forced variations. So I really like this about it. And in general, I'm a proponent of rather understanding your structures, the ones you play, and understanding the ideas, the plans, and not to just learn random engine lines which will not improve your chess in the long run. So I think this opening repertoire kind of reflects this whole approach to chess, and I hope you can learn all these different ideas and the different structures. But apart from that, apart from learning the different ideas from the different structures and the different plans, I also want to provide you with very interesting and easy to play opening ideas as well, of course. So here I want to give you a small overview on what will await you in this part one of this series. So in this part one, we will have a look at mostly black's fianchettos, so when he puts his bishop on b7 or g7 or both of them, which would be the double fianchetto. So one of the toughest line nowadays is the Grünfeld, obviously, and the Grünfeld can also be played against g3. This would be the symmetrical Grünfeld, which we will have a very close look at. And here after c4, c6, one of the most solid lines, here I recommend the quite new and very interesting idea a4. This has only been deployed quite a few years ago, first time by top players, and recently it has really caught up, but not fully yet, and I still think that many of your opponents can be fully surprised by this quite new and interesting concept. And I analyzed this quite deeply, but overall I hope that I explained the ideas very well, and that all of this will make a lot of sense to you and also surprise your opponent, which I'm sure quite a few of them will be. Another very important opening, of course, is the King's Indian defense. And here, again, I give one quite unusual move here, rook e1. Not necessarily unusual, but it's definitely not one of the main lines. And again, definitely some of your opponents will not be expecting this. It's not really seen as a critical move, but I provide you with many interesting ideas here, how to play the position, And as I said, I think this is the most important fact here. And you will just get a nice center with e4 on the next move and a nice, interesting game. Obviously, if we're talking about fianchettos, black can also put the bishop to b7 and play for the Queen's Indian or for the hedgehog with c5 or with e6. And these openings are already quite similar, and here I will provide you with one very interesting line, rook e1, which is the nice thing about this is that it can be played against, first of all, e6, and also against this kind of hedgehog type of opening. Again, here rook e1. So what I'm giving you here is like one line which can be played against two major systems. So you're kind of you don't have to learn one extra line against one major system. You can just play basically the same line against one other major system. So it saves you a lot of time. You don't have to learn so many forced systems against all of the different lines. So this is what I'm trying to achieve in general in this course. One more thing is the double fianchetto, and here I found quite a shocking, pretty new idea, which is again c4, c5, knight c3, bishop g7, rook e1, and even here. What I'm trying to do is not to provide you with many sorts of different ideas, which are always hard to remember, but often very similar ideas. So if you compare these two positions, here in the Queen's Indian, you play rook e1, looks quite similar, and here after bishop g7, also very similar, you also play rook e1. So I'm trying to make the learning process as easy as possible and as understandable as possible. And here one fascinating idea I saw, which arises after knight e4, take d4, cd4, and now bishop h6, a fantastic idea. So even because of that, because of just this move, bishop h6, I definitely wanted to include this line, and this was just an example of what you can expect from this course. And I really hope that you can learn a lot here, and that you feel inspired to play knight f3 yourself. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the following videos. Welcome to part 2 of my flexible repertoire for white, starting with one knight f3. My name is Grandmaster Felix Bloberger. I'm from Austria. I'm a multiple-time Austrian champion, and in this repertoire series, I'm really happy to introduce you to my style of playing the one knight f3. I want to give you a full repertoire with white, a very flexible repertoire, not making you just memorize all sorts of computer variations, but providing you with very practical ideas to surprise your opponents, giving you a very easy positions to play out of the opening, hopefully. So in part 1 of this series, we mostly already had a look at black's fianchettos, so with b6 and g6, or b6 or g6, where black fianchetted his bishops here. In this part, we will mostly focus on black occupying the center with either d5 or c5, or both of them. So one very important position in this chapter is this kind of classical setup here, when black is inviting us to play the Catalan here, but we are not really fighting in this huge theory mess here with d4, but we are rather going to opt for 6b3 here, playing for a more solid and slower game, where we have some practical ideas here, not going into the full theory. So this will be quite a big topic here, this position, and obviously we will have a look at all of the sidelines here. For example, second move b6, quite topical. Second move knight d7, also quite a topical line. Knight c6 as well, aiming to play e5, and here this line after d4, bishop f5. I will have a rook sacrifice waiting for you here, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, after g3, one line which I would briefly like to mention here. One of my favorite lines in the whole knight f3 g3 setup here is this d4 line connected with c4. And after knight bd7, cd5, ed5, queen b3 is still a line which is not so well known, with queen e3 check as an idea. Looks very creative. Creative is it also, since after black is forced to play bishop e7, now knight h4 with the idea to pin the bishop here, knight f5 coming, and I really enjoyed this position over the board, always to play it. And yeah, I hope I can show you some interesting practical ideas here in this video series. One of my favorite lines, as I said, since it has tremendous practical value, in my opinion, to surprise your opponent with moves like queen b3, queen e3 check, which in most cases won't be expected. One other part is obviously also where black is aiming for this type of English setup here, and after c4, knight c6, knight c3. We are not giving black that many options, since now after g6 we aim for e3, playing very concretely here with d4, posing serious theoretical problems here for black. And after e5 here as well, not giving black time to build this kind of botvinnik triangle, but we will immediately again strike with e3 and d4, aiming for a concrete initiative out of the opening. One of the toughest line for sure is the 4 knights English here, and after knight f6 we go for g3, a very solid and strategical way to play this opening. And black has many different setups here. There's one full video on g6 here after d4, cd4, knight d4. We spend a lot of time here analyzing all sorts of different black setups, connected with d6, connected with queen a5, with queen b6, connected with knight takes d4. So we really do one big deep dive in one of the videos here. Another video which is only analyzing d5, and after cd5, knight d5, bishop g2, we have again many nice and concrete ideas, even at some point with g6, connected with h4, h5. So again, many challenging ideas which black needs to solve over the board against us. One line which has created quite a lot of headache for many white players recently is the Dubov Tarrasch. It's a very active continuation here after bishop c5. Very tough to get an opening advantage out of it. But here I would like to recommend knight takes c6, kind of an overlooked continuation here, which is not analyzed as heavily as the mainstream knight b3. And I hope to be able to provide you with some ideas here as well, with some practical value, which again, I'm aiming for moves which black is not likely to expect during a game, which come as a little bit of a surprise, but still have some venom in them. So thank you for watching it already for this far, and I hope that you will find value in this video series. For me, again, it is very special to make an opening repertoire on one knight f3, since it's an opening. I really have a special connection to. It's a very flexible opening. You don't have to learn a lot of concrete variations. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video series, and I wish you a lot of fun watching the material. Thank you for watching.